Evening. Welcome to our first edition of Wednesday webinars. Today's webinar is really good. We're talking about goal setting, and we're actually helping people understand how to break through setting proper goals and actually committing to them. One of the main challenges that people have when they're setting goals is they set a target. Sometimes the target is too challenging. They didn't structure the goal properly. They didn't structure what they want to accomplish, and they don't really accomplish the goal at all. So I'm going to read you guys some really cool stats right here. And it says 50% of people who start a new exercise program drop out within 6 months. 78% of those who make exercise-based new resolutions don't fulfill them. 25%, this is from trainmagazine.com, 25% of men said they achieved their fitness goals eventually. 21% of women said they managed to meet their target. 36% of people ages 25 to 34 stuck to their New Year's resolution. And 13% of people aged 55 to 64 actually stuck to their New Year's resolutions. So when it comes down to it, setting goals is challenging when it comes to fitness, life. It doesn't matter what you're doing. So I put together a really cool webinar for you guys. And those of you who are joining us on Instagram, I'll be able to reset this for you guys so you can re-see it. For those of you who are joining us in the webinar, sit back, relax, and get ready. And whoever's joining us live on Instagram, you can hear all the information. So we're talking the 6 steps to overcoming barriers to goal setting, okay? Now, I'm going to change my screen. So for those of you who don't have a background about me, my name is Dimitri Giankoulas. I've been a certified coach for 24 years. I've competed in natural drug-free bodybuilding shows. I've been an exercise performance nutrition specialist, certified, what's up, Eddie? Certified in many different areas of personal training. I'm a wellness enthusiast. I've been involved with as many corporate programs that I can. I'm a youth fitness ambassador. Francesca, my wife, and I are always involved in doing things for schools, for children, to promote health and wellness. And I call myself an adventurer because every year I set a goal for myself to do something that I feel will be challenging, that will scare me. And as you can see from this view here, that's myself climbing Mount Rundle, which is 10,000 feet high in Banff a few years back. Francesca, my wife, and I have created the pure motivation fitness charity called Building Muscle for charity. We've done one for type 1 diabetes and also for autism. And I'm just a regular family guy dealing with my wife and my 2 beautiful kids, Milena and Demetrius Jr., and so forth. Now, when we're going to start this topic, we're going to talk about a few different things. One, we want to talk about the 12 most common barriers in achieving any type of fitness goal, okay? Number 2, we're going to talk about establishing your value chart before you do a goal setting. We're going to talk about the 7 truths about goal setting. And then based on time, if you guys are having questions or not, we're going to go through how to apply an action-based behavioral goal to the 4 main areas of life, okay? We're going to talk about the 3 C's to goal setting. Okay, what are the 3 C's? We're going to go through all 3 of them. And then most importantly, the 6 must-haves for a millionaire goal setting day. Okay, so let us begin. So common barriers to achieving fitness and nutrition goals are going to be like this slide shows. Typically in January, everyone's pumped up. Everybody wants to get involved with fitness. As you can see from the diagram, you got 10 people in line. In January, as the weeks progress and the days progress, the number of people actually sticking to their fitness program gets less and less and less. Now, at the bottom it says, will this be you? There's a reason why this happens, and it all has to do with proper goal setting. Why do some of us fail at making eating healthy and fitness a priority, okay? This has been one of the most common things that I've had to work through, and with my staff as well, in helping people in the last 24 years. And it really breaks down to specific things that we all have to kind of understand and deal with. So 1, there's too much to juggle, okay? There's a nutrition component, there's an exercise component, mental component, stress management, behavior, change modifications. There's an emotional side of changing your lifestyle. And there's a lot for people to deal with. And typically, People get overwhelmed and they really want to become healthy and active, but there's too much to juggle. Okay. There's also the evolution of adulthood. And as you can see from my picture, there's a diagram that says, there's a picture of a parent holding a barbell with two babies shaking. And when you think about it, we all start our lives out with little responsibility. We're single, self-centered, full of time, opportunity, optimism. We really care about our physical appearance, right? Then life kicks in. Then we have post-secondary school education, college, university. We get into dating, we get married. Some of us have divorces, we get mortgages, financial responsibilities. We may have kids, and they become our priority. I know that when Francesca and I, had our first child, Milena, things took a big change. And, instead of us spending time in terms of going out and, being with friends, life kicked in. You got to deal with being a parent. So we seek to advance in professional careers or business changing careers. And all this kind of crams into you in one shot. And then add the stress from work, family life, external peer pressures, competition, poor influences, drug abuse, lack of self-respect. All this gets in the way. You can come around here if you want to watch it. My daughter's in the room with me. And it gets in the way, and it affects us from putting time into ourselves. Because really, when it comes down to it, we all pay for life insurance, car insurance. We pay to get our teeth cleaned and washed, but we don't really focus on fitness, right? So I've done a lot of research, and I've read many books, and I put together the 12 most common barriers in achieving any goals, guys. Now, this isn't just fitness, nutrition based, it's any goals in general. So one is lack of belief, okay? Too many of us can't even start setting a goal for ourselves because we don't believe it's possible. We want to join the gym, and then automatically we have a self-limiting belief that says, man, you can't stick to it. Number two, we have an inability to focus. There's so much going on every day in our lifestyle. Try to look at the scenario of you sitting on the street, looking across the street, and you can see a post office, a red post office. Now you're focused on that post office, but then when the lights turn green, all kinds of cars go by, and it's blocking your vision. You're trying to focus on one thing, but there's so many things going on that you lose your focus. So number 2 of 12 is our inability to focus on something. Number 3 is ineffective time management. Too many of us want to be healthy, want to be physically active, want to start eating healthier. Too many of us say that we want to achieve stuff, but we don't actually sit down and log it for proper time management. And then as soon as your day starts, everything rolls in, the afternoon chaos, your kids, your work, your deadlines. You never really get to accomplish goals. Forget fitness in general, just regular goals. Number 4 is we have commitment fears. And a lot of times when I sit down with a new client, hey, Kaylee, how are you? And I'm asking people what their goal is. A lot of times they're saying that despite the fact they want to achieve these goals, they don't believe it's possible from their commitment. They're afraid of, well, what's going to happen if I got to go 3 times a week? What's going to happen if I have to change my lifestyle? What's going to happen if my spouse won't respect my timing? And these are things that get in the way of blocking people from actually setting a goal. Next, we have the inability to visualize the end results. Now, I come from a really big competitive athletic background. Starting competitive swimming from 10 years old, when I got into junior elementary school, track and field, all throughout high school. Then I got into natural drug-free bodybuilding. The number one thing that I learned from this guy above me, I'm not sure if you can see the picture, okay? The man, Arnold Schwarzenegger, is if you can't visualize the end results for the goal you want in life, it's not going to happen. If you can't visualize yourself with that special spouse that you really want to attract, with that job you want, with that physique you want, you're never going to be able to get to where you want to get to. Number 6 is you're out of reach to your expectations. We have clients coming in here saying, hey, I want to lose weight and I want to lose 60 pounds. And I'm like, okay, perfect. I show them this. And I say, why do you want to lose 60 pounds? They tell me I want to feel better, I want to look better. And I'm like, this is 5 pounds of body fat. If you want to lose 60 pounds of this, you've got to lose almost, 10 of these. So I said to them that if you want to set a goal for yourself, set something that's going to be realistic. Set something that you can achieve versus something that's too unrealistic and you actually set yourself up for damage. Number 7 is fear of failure. Okay. Now we have many fears in life. We have fear of outcome, fear of uncertainty, fear of failure. But because of people's past or current failures, it blocks them from actually trying to achieve future goals because their self-limiting belief stops them. Number 8, your uncertainty. Now, COVID kicked in. I'm a business owner. I'm a father. I'm a coach. I'm a mentor to many clients. I'm a husband to my wife. When COVID kicked in, everything went out of whack. Our business shut down. The world was locked down. You're watching the news. There's so much uncertainty, and everyone got afraid. Now, the same thing happens to us when we're trying to set a goal for ourselves. I don't care if the goal is fitness related, nutrition related. If you want to buy a condo, you want to buy a new home, you're a new couple looking to plan a family life, you want to get pregnant, you want a kid or child, and you're so uncertain of the future that it blocks you from actually being able to plan yourself and set a goal for future. Number 9 is being a procrastinator. Now, I'm not perfect. There's many areas in my life that I will procrastinate on, and there's many areas in my life that I don't. And the reason is because I set a high value to the things that I don't want to procrastinate with compared to the ones I do, okay? So cleaning the garage, that's something I'm going to procrastinate because it's something that's not important to me. But getting my marketing or getting my meeting together for my staff or getting a new protocol for my gym or for the clients, that's a priority. So being a procrastinator often lingers around you wanting to set a goal, and that affects people from actually moving forward in life. Number 10, being lazy. Now, none of these are in order of operation, but being lazy is a very, how do I say this? This is a reality of people. I met 2 females last week, and I sat down with them and I said to them, if we're looking at going to set a goal with yourselves, and you guys are looking to lose weight, why do you want to lose weight? Why do you want to become healthy? Why do you want to join a gym? And they both said, we're lazy. And I'm like, wow, it's really nice that you're honest. They go, no, we're really lazy. If we don't pay for a coach to assist us, we're not going to do it. They say that they get immediate satisfaction when they go get their nails done, and they may pay $50, $60, get their toes done, your hair done. You know, ladies, it's a reality. Guys do the same thing too. We spend money, we get immediate reaction, immediate satisfaction, we will do it. But then you have someone coming to the gym and they got to buy a membership and they got to pay for something that they got to work for and put time and energy into. So that's not immediate. So it's not exciting, okay? Number 11, bad habits. Christine, how are you? Bad habits are going to get in the way of blocking you from setting goals. Now, I'm not talking about bad habits like having chips at home or having a spouse that drinks a lot or smokes a lot, but I'm talking about bad habits in general, such as lying to yourself. That's right, lying to yourself. As easy as you saying, I'm going to work out 5 times this week. And one of my clients, one of my favorite clients, I told this female, you've never tried training 5 days in a week, ever. And I've known this female for many, many years. She's been coming here. And I said, you know what? Why don't you try to just train 5 days in a week? Just do that as a mini goal. And if you can achieve that, you check it off so you know I did it. And a lot of times, if you tell yourself, okay, I'm going to do this, and you promise yourself, but then you skip one of those days, that's a bad habit because you're mentally telling yourself that you can't trust yourself. And that's going to tell your self-limiting beliefs to really work on fast forward. Number 12, lack of support from others. Now, this is really important because you can take someone who's a drug addict and you can take them into rehab and you can put them in for 30 days and they can go to AA meetings and they can deal with working on getting help, working with their drug abuse. But the minute you take them out of that setting and you bring them back into the same scenario or surrounding where those bad habits and bad people were, they revert back to bad situations, okay? So those are your 12 topics of the most common barriers that block people from achieving any fitness goals: lack of belief, your inability to focus, ineffective time management, commitment fears, inability to visualize end results, you're out of reach to your expectations, fear of failure, your uncertainty, being a procrastinator, being lazy, your bad habits, and lack of support. Bang! You got 12 things. Now, they may get one or two of them, but those things are important. So it's important to make sure you pay attention to them, because when they occur, you have to be able to notice them. Now, the next slide's about establishing your value chart before goal setting. So, I'm always going to revert back to fitness because this has to do with health and fitness. So if someone said, I want to lose 40 pounds and I'm going to join a gym, the first thing I tell them is, what is your value chart? What are the 10 things in your life that you value the most from order of operation? It's like having a vision. If you're a leader in a business, on a team, and you tell your staff, your clients, your organization what your dream is, what your vision is, what you feel inside of you, they will all understand what you want and what you want to try to achieve. So these are my value charts for most important in life. And one is a belief in a stronger power than above us, okay? Whether it's God, someone you believe in, I believe that we should all be thankful to a higher power, because without that, we cannot continue on creating any success for ourselves. Second is my family time, okay? Now that's with my wife and my kids. Third is my health and exercise time. These are things that I set non-negotiables for. So if it's time with my family, I'm gonna block it off. If it's time to exercise, I block it off. And the reason why I'm telling you this is because if you don't set up these 10 important things in your life, these are gonna be anchors that are gonna drop you down. And when it comes time for you to make a decision of whether, damn it, do I go to the gym today or not, you got your value chart in line. It's gonna help keep you positive and motivated. So next is my business, my members, and my staff, okay? Super important to me. I value them highly, and I put them in the top 5 things in my life. Next is my daily AM planning and goal setting time. To me, waking up super early at 5:30 or 5 o'clock, having time to have gratitude, to eat my breakfast by myself, to read a chapter or 2 in a booklet, to sit down and plan my day, my week is very important to me, and I value that on a high ladder. Next, to have financial freedom. I think everybody should be able to work hard and should have the ability to want to have financial freedom. Financial freedom doesn't buy you happiness, but it buys you the ability to have more opportunities for freedom in your lifestyle. Next is reading time and personal development. If we're all spending money trying to improve our health, improve our business, improve our family, improve our relationships, then why the hell aren't we paying coaches to do so? So if someone's watching this and they're having a bad relationship or a bad month with their spouse and things aren't going well, then that's an indication you should stop, go see a marriage counselor, sit down and work on your marriage. Your teeth are bugging you, you go see a dentist, okay? Your body is aching, your health is not working really well, that's the time you go see a coach, okay? But you need time for personal development. Travel time. Now, this is for me and my wife and my family. Very important to me that I make sure that we block off time for family time. Why? So during the year, when chaos occurs in my business, when chaos occurs in my personal life, I know that during this time that I've set as a goal to go away, whether it's a weekend, whether it's 3 days, whether it's 1 week, it's on my value chart. I tell myself it's important to me. So I'm not going to let something else get in the way of blocking my goal. Because remember, guys, you can write down all the goals you want, but if they're not important to you, there's no meaning and there's no anchor to bring you down, you're not going to succeed, okay? Next, to talk about sleep. So sleep time is important for me, non-negotiable. I try to get 7 hours. If I can, it's 6 hours, 6.5. It's very important. And then lastly, my reputation and my impact on society. These are part of my value chart. And I want to make sure that I share it with you so that you can see that when you're trying to set a goal for yourself, whatever the goal may be, if you have a value chart which shows you what's important in life, you can stick to these things. Now, next we're going to be talking about the 7 truths about goal setting. So we all talk about setting, smart goals, specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-bound goals. But when it comes down to it, do you carve out time for your goal setting? Okay, do you actually carve out time to plan your goal setting? So if I show you in my planner right here, I got this planner here. It goes from Monday to Sunday. On the bottom side, it's got all the hours of the week, the days of the week, and all these boxes in between. And what I start doing is I start carving out time in my week for things that I want. If it's my training time, I block out my training time. If it's time with the kids, block that out. If it's time for calls, block that out. The truth about goal setting is having time to carve out time to work on your goals, or else all you're doing is running around in a reactive state. Next, every goal you set needs a hard deadline. It needs an end date. Now, it needs a reward and a personal consequence, a penalty. So you can't say that I'm going to spend time taking my kids out in the evening for an hour where I can spend an hour with them. I'm going to tell my kids this. I'm going to tell myself this. But then what happens if I don't do it? What happens if I say that from 7 to 8, I'm promising my kids that I'm going to take them to the park? Well, if you set a deadline of the time, the day, where you're going to go, and then a penalty or reward, that's going to keep you accountable. So if you said to yourself, kids, I'm taking you out, and if I don't go out from 7 to 8, I owe you guys $5 each. Now you've personally set some form of consequence. Doesn't matter if it's dollar amount, or it could be that you're going to buy them a game or cook them a certain meal. You're setting up a deadline with a consequence or a reward, such as if someone's trying to lose weight and they're trying to attain a certain goal, no problem. I'm going to train really hard for the first 7 days. I'm going to have my specific fun meals on Saturday, and that way you can look forward to it. But if you don't have a deadline to your goals, you're not going to achieve success. I don't care what type of program you're doing. Next, accepting ownership for your future wants and needs. So a lot of people want to set goals for themselves. Dimitri, I'm going to come next week. I'm going to join your gym. I'm going to do so. Well, is that a want or is that a need? Is the goal that you're setting for yourself something that you want to do, like a dream, or that you need to do? Okay, so a client sat down with me last week and she says, I want to lose 60 pounds. What's up, Tony? What's up, Robbie? What's up, Mahmood? And I said, okay, perfect. You want to lose 60 pounds? This is 5 pounds of body fat. So let's say you want to lose 5 of these, okay? Is it something you want or you need? And she goes, well, I really, really want to lose the weight. Well, guess what's going to happen in a month from now when that want isn't as strong and powerful? She's not going to continue training. If she says, I need to lose the weight, because if I don't lose this weight, my blood sugars will be high. I have a risk for type 2 diabetes. I have a bunch of visceral tissue building in my gut. I don't feel happy. And you know what? I'm not going to respect myself. There needs to be a separation between a want and a need for your goals, or else they're not going to happen. Number 4, identifying the immediate actions you need to take and do. Okay? So I talk about the 3 C's. Accept responsibility, acknowledge what you're going to do, and then advance. Okay? So if you know that you don't feel good, you don't feel healthy, you're looking at your waistline, you're like, man, was I born like this? No. Did I gain 20 pounds in the last 10 years from having a business, from going to school, from getting married, to take care of my kids? Yes. Okay, so 1, accept responsibility. You're not happy and you accept it. Number 2, acknowledge the fact. Can you do this on your own, or do you need help? Do I need a trainer? Can I read a book? I can read a book, but it's not going to be strong enough. I need a personal trainer. I'm going to hire a trainer. Number 3 is advance. Do something about it. Take bloody action. If you're wanting to get more physically fit, if you want to drop your body fat percentage, if you want to fix your marriage, take 1 action step every day to get better at it, or else you're not going to know what to do. And it doesn't have to know what it is. There's a really good book called Atomic Habits by James Clear. And he talks about taking goals that are massive, that typically or to break a habit, you have this overwhelming fear of what to do. Well, you chomp the habit into small chunks, then break it down into smaller ones. And the first step is go for a bloody walk every day. When? After dinner. For how long? 20 minutes. Take action, get it done. Next, we talk about setting goals for the 4 main areas of life. Now, I'm not perfect. I'm not a millionaire, far from it. I'm a happy entrepreneur because I love what I do, and I'm a happy husband, and I'm a happy father. I'm loving what's happening in my life because I'm grateful. But you got to set goals not just for your body. You break them down to 4 areas of life that everyone's got to do. 1 is your health. 2nd is wealth. 3rd is social, spiritual, or yourself, the 3 S's, and then personal development. If you want to be a well-rounded person, you want to make sure you're setting goals in all 4 of these areas. Because I meet people who are so successful, they come into the studio, they want to get a membership, they want to hire a trainer. They're extremely successful in their business. They've multiplied their business times 3. They've got so much goals and credentials, but then other areas in their life are lacking big time. Their health is lacking. Their social family life is lacking because all they cared about was business, okay? Flip the scenario around. You look at bodybuilders, okay? I used to look up to bodybuilders. I competed for 9 years drug-free. But then I started paying attention to the way the lifestyle is. And bodybuilding is all about me, me, me. I'm going to take drugs. I'm going to eat. I'm going to train 7 days a week. I'm going to carry my meals. I'm going to do everything about me, 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 me. And then what ends up happening? You forget about your personal goals, education. Maybe you want to aspire to get a better career, okay? Thank you for that thumbs up. Maybe you want to save more money, but you're so focused on one bloody goal that you can't see the other areas of your life. And remember, when it comes to life, you got to be well-rounded. So having the areas of health, wealth, social, spiritual, and personal is super important. Number 6 of my 7 truths about goal setting is continue to improve on you. Personal development. I'm a coach. I've been a coach for 24 years. I hire coaches to train my clients. So I have access to 10 amazing coaches. I have my own coaches. I pay for a business coach to keep me accountable, to make sure that when I check in with them, they say, where's this point of your business? You told me you're going to get this done. You didn't do it. If I'm having problems in the area of my life, I will reach out for personal development. So my daughter's 13. She's entering that puberty stage. I have no clue about this. I don't know how to deal with puberty with a 13-year-old girl. So what did I do? She's smiling at me. She's sitting right next to me. I went and bought a book. Okay? I bought a book on psychology. And the name of it is, I Hate You, Get Out of My Life. And by the way, can you take me and Molly to the mall? That's the actual title of the book. And it teaches parents how to deal with adolescent kids. So if you're not involving yourself in reading on a daily basis, I don't care if it's 1 page or if it's a chapter, listening to podcasts, calling a mentor, someone who's older than you in your business or line of work, speaking to someone who's gotten success in fitness, speaking to a family member, your wife, your husband, speaking to someone that's going to give you the truth about what you want in life or a goal, you're not going to achieve it. Okay? And number 7, here we go. Where is it? Oh, I passed it. 1 second here. This is amazing when you're going live. Okay, 6. I skipped the 7th one. No problem. So next slide. We're talking about how to apply action-based behavioral goals to life's 4 main needs, okay? So, for example, our health goal. And health goal should be first. Forget money, forget your family. And I don't mean this in a bad way. And I tell my wife the same way. Your health's got to be important. If my wife or I am not physically healthy, physically happy, physically confident, when I wake up in the morning and look in that mirror, and right now I'm talking to a computer screen, if I can't look into that screen and be confident and be happy with who I am and my health, how the hell can I be a good husband, a good manager, a good business owner, a good mentor? You can't be. So health comes first. And you want to choose 1 outcome goal with 3 behavioral or process goals needed to achieve your results. Okay? So let's look at, for example, outcome goal is I want to lose weight. I want to lose 15 pounds in 4 months. A lot of people come, they want to lose this guy here, Mr. Chicho, okay? And they say, I want to lose 15 pounds in 4 months. That's the outcome goal. Now chop that into small behavioral goals that you can achieve and accomplish every week. Here we go. I'm going to exercise at 7 a.m. Monday, Wednesday, Friday for 45 minutes doing ABC. I'm going to remove sweets, beer, chips from my diet each week on Saturday and Sunday. I'm going to only eat protein, vegetables, and healthy fats after 5 p.m. Those are small goals that you can accomplish on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. Forget the 15 pounds in 4 months. That's an outcome goal. That's the vision. But you got to have baby goals to get you there. Next, wealth. Be specific, time sensitive, and have 3 process goals for each. So my outcome goal is my wife and I want to save $1,000 for a weekend getaway trip for both of us. Okay? So what do? Instead of stressing about the end results and then having to scrap or be reactive or not make the right decisions when we're purchasing stuff, break it down to baby goals. 1, expenses. We're going to each cut back $50 on eating out each week. Not that we eat out a lot, but just in general. Savings. We're going to set up an automatic withdrawal for $25 a week to automatically come out of my account. Okay? Investments. We will be investing 5% of every paycheck towards a trip. Now, those mini goals are easy to chew, easy to accomplish, and easy to continue on a weekly basis versus saying, damn it, 2 months have gone by, how much money have we saved? Okay, let's look at social or spiritual areas of our life. So let's say your goal is focus on improving relationships with your family, friends, your staff, your neighbors. There's a lot of people who have a very easy time communicating with other people, okay? I'm one of them. I can be in a lineup with complete strangers and I'm bored and I'll just open up a conversation with the person next to me and randomly speak to them. My wife, completely the opposite. She's watching me right now. She is someone that is maybe more reserved, more passive, maybe may not be as open or extrovert as myself. Okay, but if you want to work on relationships and getting building with them, instead of looking at I want to make more time for my wife and kids and not bring my work home to them, you can set up smaller goals and you can tell yourself, I'm going to wake up 15 minutes earlier to spend time on my prayer, my breathing, and myself. Okay, I'm blocking every Thursday night from 6 to 9 p.m. for date night with my wife. Okay, make it a non-negotiable. So me and my wife agreed on every second Friday is date night. So last Friday wasn't date night. That means this Friday, I'm going to tell my daughter, who's 13, you're going to stay at home, you're going to watch your brother, we're going to have Nono come over and spend some time with you guys, and it's date night. If I can't stick to that, whether it's going for a walk, going to Starbucks, or going to a dinner, if I can't stick to that, I'm lying to myself. And these are going to affect our goal-setting patterns. I'm going to turn off my phone before I get home to focus on my kids. Okay? So these are different ways that you can put together to work on your spiritual or your social goals. And the last one is personal development. For example, what are you doing to improve yourself, your mindset, okay? Your education. Outcome goal, I want to finish reading 3 books in 6 months on business, specifically marketing and automation, okay? So that was one of my goals. And I'm crushing way more than 3 books in 6 months. I'm crushing 3 books in 2 months, okay? So 1, how am I going to do that? What's my behavioral goal? I'm going to buy 3 books this Saturday at 11:30. Where? At Indigo, before soccer practice. I'm very clear. I'm going to buy 3 books so I can have them at home, so I can look at them. And I'm going to give people a suggestion here is if you want to get better at reading, go buy 3 or 4 books in one shot. That way you can look at them on your desk, by your bed, wherever your desk stand is, and you can say, damn it, I bought these books, I got to read them, versus buying 1 book and taking forever to get through 1 book. When you have 3 to 4 books, you're like, damn it, I got to read faster. I'm going to set up a reading alarm 30 minutes before bedtime to remind me to go to read. Okay? Simple little things you can get done to get yourself the goals you want. I'm going to read for 15 minutes on my lunch break every day. Okay? By doing these small behavioral goals, you can accomplish the bigger, larger goals. And I'm just giving this as an example so you can understand that goal setting does not have to be challenging. If you want to lose 4% body fat in 3 months and 3 inches off your waistline, that's no problem. Your goals have to be specific enough where you've got clarity. And you got to have a value chart where if you tell yourself that your health is important because you want to be a role model for your parents, then when the alarm goes off at 6:30, you can't be hitting snooze saying, well, it's Tuesday today, I don't want to go. You got to say, my value chart says I want to get this goal done. It's important for me. So step number 5 is the 3 C's to controlling success or goal setting success. Okay. The first C is control your mornings. Now, there's a picture here that I got of a female holding a phone. She's looking at her watch. Her kid's eating breakfast by himself. She's basically not paying attention to her son. There's another image of an espresso. And to the left-hand side says bad morning or good morning. So all of the success from any person on this planet begins from the first hour they wake up. And it wasn't until I read 3 books from a very good friend, mentor of mine called Craig Ballantyne, who is world-renowned in terms of productivity, time management, helps business owners, big Fortune 500 companies organize their time management. But it wasn't until I realized how important the morning is for the rest of your day that I said, I'm going to make big changes to my lifestyle. So most of our mornings start off with your rush. You're in a rush. You're waking up. If you're in a rush in the morning, you're rushing your breakfast. You're rushing the speed at which you're eating. The metabolic rate that you're chewing food is going to be faster. You're rushing with your drive. You're speeding. You're not in a good mood. You get stuck behind traffic. You get pissy. You get to work. You don't have time to set up properly for your meeting. Everything becomes a pattern. You're late for your morning. You missed your lunch. You missed calling this client. Everything becomes a spiral effect. So wake up 15 minutes earlier and practice breathing meditation. So instead of waking up an hour and a half earlier, like a rock star who wants to choose an outcome goal, wake up 5 minutes earlier every week. So if it's 7 o'clock, it's 6:55. Then it's 6:50, 45, 6:40. So you slowly build up to it. Give gratitude and have self-introspection. Sit down with yourself tomorrow morning. Be quiet. If you want to listen to music, you can do so. But just be quiet for 10 minutes and just start thinking about your life, what you're happy with, what you're not happy with. Thank God for what you have in your life. If you can wake up and you can see, and you got kids that are healthy, and you got a home over your head, and you got a job and a car, you're beyond many people. Because there are people waking up every morning in the hospital. There's people waking up who don't have a job. There's people waking up in a wheelchair. And for those of you who are waking up and have a beautiful home, what's up, Adam? And you're waking up and you don't stop and say, I'm going to give gratitude for what I have. When things and the bombs happen in your afternoon, I call it the chaos, your second C. What ends up happening is all that's going to affect you in a negative way because you can't be calm with yourself. You can't sit down and say, you know what? One of my staff just quit on me. Instead of freaking out, I'm calm. I woke up in a good mood. I had 15, 20 minutes for my espresso, for my reading, for my prayer. I'm thankful for my life. I'm going to deal with this problem later on, and I'm not going to let it affect me, okay? Eat breakfast, plan your meals, and where you're going to be eating, okay? We're talking about fitness and health here. We're talking about you being successful. You wake up in a rush. You're out. You got no food with you. You got no planned meals with you. You don't got no Tupperware set up. I'm not perfect, okay? My daughter's showing you her meal. She's finished her meal, okay? I'm not perfect, but I make time before I go to bed in the morning to plan my meals. If not, I'm going to be out all day, then I'm going to spend money at the restaurants that I want to go to eat healthy, okay? Exercise in the AM if you can, or block off your workout time, read, and view your day's objectives and goals and tasks. So if I go back to my diagram here of my day in review, if I'm up in the morning at 5:30 or 6, and I'm starting work at 9, I got like 3 hours of private time before my kids wake up where I can focus on me. I can educate myself. I can look at my business. I can look at my finances. I can start planning What worked well last week? What didn't work out well? What can I do to improve? Okay, the three most important things that Navy SEALs are trained to do after every execution, after every mission, is you sit and meet as a Navy SEAL. If you don't know what Navy SEAL is, they're one of the most highly trained, skilled armed forces, any type of Army force. And the first thing they do as a team is they say, what did we do well? Second thing, what did we not do well? Third, what are we going to do to improve and move on better? Okay, so if you don't got time to sit and think of that in the morning, you're going to have a chaotic day. Choose 2 to 3 big tasks, big domino tasks that you want to accomplish and chop them down. So 2 scenarios, okay? Stay-at-home mom, taking care of the kids, busy schedule, chaotic at home. A lot of business owners, a lot of people who don't know what it's like staying at home and raising your kids have no clue how stressful it is. So a mom could sit down and say, you know what? I'm going to focus my first goals on my chores today. But my second goal is I'm going to work out for an hour. And my third goal is I'm going to spend time teaching my kids something for their school. Or I'm going to go for a walk for half an hour to cleanse my mind. Okay? That's important to a stay-at-home mom or someone who's caregiving for someone else. For the business owner, they may want to look at finances for the day and see if they can cut expenses. They may want to look at staffing. Have I had a review with my staff? Have I had a team meeting, right? So if you can set 2 or 3 big goals that you can accomplish in the morning, you're going to feel amazing because by 9, 10, 11, 12 o'clock in the afternoon, you feel like you've accomplished something. And then the last part of the 3 C's to controlling success for your mornings is keep to morning rituals, okay? I don't care if you wake up 10 minutes to 7 on one day and then 7:15 and then 6:45, but keep to a morning ritual. Because if you can keep to a morning ritual, it becomes automatic, okay? Why did Steve Jobs wear the same clothes over and over again? Why do successful people do things in a specific way? Because it becomes atomic, right? It becomes automatic. You don't have to think about it. So we all wake up and do what? Go to the toilet. Hopefully you don't got your phone in your toilet checking Instagram or Facebook, but you go to the toilet, you brush your teeth, you look pretty, you get ready. Automatic. Then you go downstairs and you either coffee, breakfast, or you're in reaction mode. So if you keep to a morning ritual on a regular basis, it's easier to get it done on a regular basis. Okay? That's the 5 points of controlling your mornings. Number 2, the second 3 C's is conquer the afternoon chaos. So there's an image that I got going on here of a girl who's passed out at her desk. There's another one with a guy that you can't see. He's got Post-its all over his body. Okay? He's got to control the chaos in the afternoon. What ends up happening in the afternoon? You got people calling you. You got staff interrupting you. You got family interrupting you. You got to pick something up before you go home. The afternoon kicks in and you start getting stressed. Okay? So here's what you do to conquer that. Okay? There's a chart that I have on this diagram here that I can send to anyone who's interested. And it's called the urgency chart. So if you think of a 4 square, the bottom is the left-hand side is importance and then urgency. And then you can set on things that you should do, decide, delegate, or delete in your lifestyle, okay? Or do first, schedule, delegate, and don't do. A lot of times, we don't control and remove distractions, okay? So what's a distraction? My cell phone, okay? Notifications, checking emails, and energy vampires in your life. So the first thing I do is when I wake up and I go downstairs, I'm going to go with my gratitude. I take my phone, I turn it off, I put it in a drawer. No notification going to bug me now, no text messages, nothing. I'll grab my daughter's iPad, I'll put some music on, and I'll meditate. Set not to do reminders. Did you hear that? Not to do. What does that mean? Checking social media, blocking bad habit reminders, smoke break, trying to do more than 2 to 3 solid tasks per day. So if you're a smoker and you're trying to block yourself from smoking and you know that every day at a certain time you go for a cigarette, Why don't you tell one of your peers or your workers, someone that works with you, to come to you every day at that time, or call you or page you and distract you? Someone's distracting me right now. It's reception, call me. I'm not going to pick it up, okay? Not to do reminders. Practice reverse goal setting and try to work backwards to plan the rest of your day. So my wife was really big on this for me, and I'm at 80% of success so far, I would say. Hopefully she's not going to say, no, I'm not. But if you plan to be home for 5 o'clock, for say, or 7 o'clock, and you know that you want to be home with your kids at 7 o'clock, plan a reverse goal where at 5 o'clock you start finishing up your deadlines, send your last email out, have time to walk to the car so you're not rushing through traffic, have time to drive home so you can make it home for 7. Because if not, all that happens is you procrastinate, you took too long, then you start putting the BED method, which I'm going to talk about next Wednesday on authority and creating accountability. You start blaming yourself, setting excuses and justifying the reason why you're wrong, and then you start living in denial. BED, okay? Blame, excuse, denial. So if you don't set reverse goal settings, you cannot achieve a goal you want to get to. Follow an agenda for the day and stick to it. You don't have to you don't have to be as perfect as you need to be for all the things you're going to be getting done in your regular day. But what you can do is set a list from 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Look at your day. Look at the hours. Block in what you want to get done so you can stick to your goals. Because if you don't block in call time between 10 and 12, someone's going to come into your facility, your gym, your office, your work. Someone's going to call before 10 o'clock, distract you, and you can't fulfill that goal you set to yourself. Set posture and spine hygiene and breathing reminders, okay? So what is spine hygiene? I tell people every day, sit at the edge of your chair, okay? Take your hands, drop them down, externally rotate, and practice the letter A in terms of spine hygiene. T's, W's, and Y's, okay? Setting up something small like that as a mini goal, you want to improve your posture. Well, you don't got to pay a personal trainer $80 an hour or get a gym membership to improve your posture. You want to improve your posture? Start with a behavioral goal. Do some ATWYs at your desk every 2 hours, and then once when you go home, and within a month, you're going to get minimum a half an inch of retraction and better posture. Practice 4-4-5 breathing technique when anxiety kicks in, okay? So when anxiety kicks in, there's a really good podcast I listened to. I forgot her name, but she's a female entrepreneur in the US, built a massive company. And she talked about the 5-4-3-2-1 rule. When you're stressed out and something bad has happened, 5, 4, 3, 2, get ready, 1, take action. Make a decision. You're going to be mad, you're mad, move on. Make a decision. You're going to forgive someone, move on. Make a decision to not do anything and move on. You can't dwell with things. Or you practice a 4-4-5. Inhale for 4 seconds. Hold your breath for 4 seconds. Exhale for 5 seconds. When you're stressed out, try this. I guarantee you'll feel much better. And then lastly, remove caffeine after lunch or 2 p.m. I love having espressos. I just got into having espressos, I would say, in the last 3 years of my life, okay? And I always made fun of people who drank coffee because it's diuretic, you get rid of so much water. But I said, you know what? A small espresso shot, really nice, get your energy going, especially before a workout. What happens if you have a coffee at 5 or 6 o'clock at night or 4 o'clock at night or 3 o'clock at night? You end up staying awake late. You have this anxiousness, and it's going to build on you being late for going to bed, okay? So those are the topics that I put for conquer the afternoon chaos. Next, we're going to talk about the last C of your 3 C's, which is concentrate on what matters most, okay? And what matters most is your family life, your kids, your spouse, your parents, the people, your friends who love you unconditionally. And if we're always focused on work, and I'm a very prime example of this, of always putting work first, fitness second, family third, you're not going to be happy. And it's shown in the relationship I've had with my wife sometimes, where I don't recognize how amazing she is. It's shown that I don't recognize spending time with my kids, even if they want to do something as boring to me as coloring or playing a game or playing some cards. To them, it's something fun. But you have to make sure that you can concentrate on what matters in the evening. And there's an image right now that I have on my screen for those of you viewing on Zoom. And it's a picture of a family at a table, and everyone's on their phones. Every single person is on their phone at nighttime. Okay? Horrible. So if you want to concentrate on what matters most in life, leverage physical anchors. Have a mantra song. Okay? A mantra song is something that reminds you that work is done. So when you're done work, if there's a song that you love that's really deep inside of you, play it on your way home. When you hear that song, that means, okay, bro, sister, you're going home. Get ready to shut down. Shut off your phone. Or if you get home, have 10 minutes of phone time, put it away, deal with your dinner, deal with your family. And if you got to pull out the phone at nighttime to do last minute emails, you can do so. Take 2 minutes, home entry, accountability, self-check-in. So before you open that door, finish your last text message, finish your last email. My wife sometimes makes fun of me because she can hear me before I get in, and I'm talking outside my doorstep. I'm finishing my last call with a client that needs help, with my manager, whomever it is. And then the rule is when you open the door, don't be on the phone, okay? I make mistakes 5% of the time, but I try for 95% of the time to not do so. Remove distractions by shutting off or hiding your phone. So my son has an addiction with my phone. He has an addiction with Marvel Universe. I can't blame the guy. He's 7 years old. At 7 years old, we barely watch the greatest cartoons. And these kids today have access to the most amazing technology. So when you get home, get a hat, get a basket, put your phone in the basket, block it off, set it aside. Why? You want to control on family time. Focus on them, not you. It's hard as an entrepreneur, as a professional person in your career, doctor, lawyer, whatever it is, to come home and not talk about your day, especially for someone like me that always wants to get their emotions out. Stop for a second and ask your family, honey, how was your day? What was your high? What was your low? We do this with our family at dinner. We go through the table. My daughter's 13, my son is 7. What was your high? What was your low? You want to teach your family, your kids, to recognize the good part of your day and the bad part of your day. Because some days, I tell my daughter, are going to be crappy, horrible, with a little bit of good, and some days will be the opposite. But there's always good and bad. Plan your next day's snacks or your next day's lunches. Set a reverse alarm 1 hour prior to going to bed. So that means if your bedtime's 10:30 or 11, set an alarm clock to go off where you see it, your spouse sees it, and you're like, you know what? Damn it. We got to go to bed in an hour. Let's shut down. Let's go read, let's do whatever it is. Make family time a non-negotiable and tell your family you love them. I know this may sound blah, blah, rah-rah, whatever you want to call it, but tell your wife, tell your husband, tell your kids daily you love them. You never know what can happen. You could get into a car accident, you're gone for the rest of your life. You want to let them know you love them. Even when you're mad at them. If you're in a fight with your spouse right now and you haven't talked for a day, send them a text message, say, I love you regardless, okay? And perform a 10-minute, this is a very important one, guys. Perform a 10-minute brain dump on paper so you can set your magic time for tomorrow. Don't hit snooze in the morning. So what's a brain dump? A brain dump is when you get your piece of paper out, you look at your day, and you say, you know what, for 10 minutes, nobody talk to me. I'm going to dump all my ideas on paper. This went really well. I got to send an invoice to this client. I got to call this person. I got a budget for this. Whatever it is, leave it on paper. Look at it, leave it on paper, go to bed. Subconsciously, your mind will begin to remind itself of what needs to be done for the next day. And it'll make life so much easier. Okay? Lastly, the 6 must-haves for a millionaire goal setting. Okay? So there's a picture on my screen here. It says a goal without a plan is just a wish. Okay, another picture's got a diagram of Post-it notes. Go to the dentist, pick up for kids, swim class, feed the cat. Okay, so one, set specific, realistic, and regular time every day to think about your life, your goals, and your future direction. For me, it's early in the morning or it's late at night. It's the only time I can focus. If you ask me to focus on goal setting midday, it's not possible because I care about my work more than what I want to get done. Number two, script your magic time. Magic time means when you have time to be alone and really sit down and tell yourself, are you happy with your life? Are you happy with what you've accomplished? Are you happy with your body? Are you happy with your performance? Are you happy in your marriage? Are you happy with your business? And if not, tell yourself, where am I going to spend this magic time? For me, it's my home office. When am I going to do it? Early in the morning before 6 a.m. How long am I going to spend? 2 hours. Doing what? Journaling, reading, writing down, meditating, okay? You have to script these things or it's not going to come to you. Number three, this is a really good one, guys. Ready? Create if-then scenarios. So, if I get distracted in the morning, I will put an elastic band on my hand to remind myself, this is my magic time. I should not be paying attention to something else. If I plan to work out and don't do so, I will owe my wife flowers. If I plan to come home at 8 p.m. and have dinner with my family on time, I will put this in place in case I get distracted. A lot of people don't create if-then scenarios, and you're always setting a goal, you're having trouble accomplishing it. Write out clear goals regardless if you think you can achieve them. Have one goal broken down to smaller tasks. So if your goal is, I want to lose 20 pounds, I'm tired of hearing people sit in front of my office or Daniel, our fitness director, or our coaches, and having someone say to me, I can't lose body fat. It's a BS excuse. Science has never changed. You burn calories, you consume calories. If you burn more than you consume, you'll lose weight. If you're exercising more than you're eating, you'll lose weight. If you stop eating shitty sugar foods, you'll lose weight. If you write down what you're eating, you'll lose weight. If you ask your spouse or friend to help you with a goal in training, you'll lose weight. But often we fail at goal setting because of all these other scenarios that attack us midway, that take precedence of your value chart. And if on your value chart that we described on chart number 2, fitness, health, your appearance is your top 3, then you got some work to do in blocking out things that are non-negotiables. Next, thanks, Tony. We're going to break down to place your goals somewhere where you can visually see them each day. Set phone reminders to constantly remind you. Now, when I wake up in the morning, I make sure that I set goals so that I can see them and visually be on par. I also set reminders on my phone to make sure that I can follow up with myself in case I forget. Okay, so setting a goal to work out, I'm going to remind myself the night before I got to work out the next day. Okay, and then set big goals, set big enough goals, lastly, to create urgency, to motivate you to take action. You cannot set a goal of 20 pounds to lose weight to make yourself take action. You're going to have to put something more importantly. I want to lose 20 pounds so I can run a 5K run with my kid. Okay, I want to lose 20 pounds so I can wear an outfit that I bought a year ago that's been sitting in my closet. Make the goal be challenging enough to motivate you. Okay, now, other than that, I don't got more to say. I want to thank you guys for taking this time to join us. For those of you who missed the beginning opportunity, I can send you, if you DM me saying send video, I can send you a video of the whole presentation about goal setting. But remember, guys, when it comes to health and fitness, your attitude is everything. There's a picture on my screen of a guy who's flexing, who's really, really skinny, and he's looking at the mirror, and the mirror is of a big bodybuilder guy. There's another picture of someone going like this who's nervous. So your attitude will depict how you respond in life. But if you want to achieve goals, there's a proper system and strategy you got to do to take place and do so. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you know of anybody who's interested in health and fitness, let them come to Pure Motivation Fitness. Come to visit purefit.ca or send us a DM. Have a wonderful evening. And remember, start setting some goals and let's kick some butt. Take care and bye for now. So I hope you guys enjoyed that webinar. I know that it may have been a little longer than expected. Eddie, Helen, Francesca, and Kathy, but we're going to be downloading it as well if any one of your family or friends were not able to view it, and we're more than happy to share it with you guys again via email. I hope you enjoyed the webinar. Have an amazing evening, and if you have any questions regarding health and fitness, you're more than happy to see us. Take care, guys. Have a good evening, and bye for now.